Hey, real quick, y'all gonna have to apologize. I gotta apologize for this shit. Y'all gonna have to understand. I got an iPhone. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with this iPhone. So I'm clicking on shit, trying to make shit, and shit just stopping and ending. I'm like, it ain't like my other phone and shit, Jordan had, where I can just record and hit shit and it won't fuck up the recording or whatever. But y'all gotta work with a nigga. You know what I mean? But anyway, like I was saying, a lot of those different instances happened to me before I was 6, as far as not necessarily doing anything, but more so just understanding. I had an understanding of things. I didn't really, the questions that I had, if I had a question, I would ask it to myself and then I'll just wait for the fucking answer. I was like, I always knew that if I ask a question, I already know the answer. The answer is in the motherfucking question. So I was like, man, what is reality or whatever? And I just sit still and just wait for the fucking answer. And the answer to me, some people say it spoke from the spirit and silence or whatever. That's kind of like how I was able to figure it out for myself. I would just sit and wait. Now a lot of you may attribute that to your ancestors or your guides or your whatever you got, you know what I'm saying, whatever entities you got working with you, thought forms, whatever, servitors. But I always looked at it at the time as this is coming from me. This is coming from non-understanding, the silent observer, the one that's behind everything that I'm doing, right? So I was able to get those answers from myself. And not necessarily, and when I got those answers, I just was never satisfied with them. I always wanted to know more. You see what I'm saying? So going back to 2004 when I had that incident where I just fucking snapped. Everything just made sense to me. I knew what I had to do. I knew I had to go on a path alone. I knew I had to go on a path of cultivating and sharpening my skill set and my abilities. And I wrote them out. Clairaudient. Me being able to see the future and shit. I was seeing shit 10, 15 years down the road, like my whole life, my marriage, everything that I've done, I saw it. I saw it all happening. You see what I'm saying? And it hit me like in a flash, in a moment. And mentally, I was able to sequentially go through each scenario, each event, and see how I was gonna navigate to that shit to get to the goal of me being the 13, to get to the goal of me being the 33, me being the Christ or the Antichrist frequency, being able to embody that. You see what I'm saying? And I was like, fuck that. That's my goal. That's what I am. So I'm gonna embark on this adventure for me to do this. I'm about to put the pieces of the puzzle together when it's already complete. I already see how this is gonna come out. You see what I'm saying? So that goes back to me saying that if you know yourself, if you know thyself, truly, I'm talking about 100%. In this time period that we in right now, where this society is structured in such a way where it's not conducive for those of our ilk to know themselves, to not just know themselves, but to be and act upon what we are. You're gonna have to do it anyway, and you're gonna have to do it and not give a fuck about how it come out. You see what I'm saying? I'm a trailblazer. If I'm restricted in a society where I can't necessarily express what I am, I'm gonna do it anyway, and it's gonna come out. It's gonna destroy some shit. The shit that it's gonna destroy is people's perceptions of me. It's gonna destroy people's expectations. It's gonna destroy people's thought processes of what they thought of me prior of me showcasing them my true self. And you gotta be willing to stand on that shit. You gotta be willing to stand alone and understand that this is what you are. And because if you don't, if you know thyself and you just not acting upon that shit, and you got all this motherfucking energy in you, man. I mean, like power. I'm talking primordial, whatever. Chaos energy, unlimited potential energy to express oneself. You just letting it bottle up and you don't have no necessary avenue or lane to put it in. It's gonna reverse on you. It's gonna cause problems. It's all kind of different side effects of causing those problems. You will be a slave to your own knowledge. You will be a slave to your true self. You'll be living a lie. And that's hell. That's some shit that it seems like you die 1,000 deaths doing some shit like that. Being bottled up. Knowing that you're supposed to be here representing a certain energy. Knowing what you are. Knowing your motherfucking history. Knowing your past lives and all that shit. Knowing what you did in the past. I'm talking about the narrative of your motherfucking story. The hero's journey that you walk. Male or female. You see what I'm saying? Knowing the journey that you took to get here, to be here in this moment right now. And all that shit all that spiritual wisdom and knowledge and understanding that you acquired. All in your DNA, your ancestors, all that shit we talk about. What are you doing with that information? How is it changing you? You see what I'm saying? I use all of that shit, all my past experiences. And I use that shit to automatically, you already know, alchemical transformation. To change me, to upgrade me, to alter me, to improve me. But knowing my true self, I have to act upon that. I can't not act upon that. You see what I'm saying? And it's gonna come out and it's gonna look like it's crazy. It's gonna look fucking wild. It's not gonna be pretty. How can this shit be pretty? Think about it. Was it ever pretty? You can go back in history of times where motherfuckers was angels, angelic, whether it be a demon, whether it be a fucking angel, where they showcase themselves in the culture and the environment and society was in an uproar and an upheaval of like, what the fuck is going on? They had no way of being able to even define what was happening because it was something beyond their present comprehension. So what I am is beyond 99% of niggas' present comprehension. You see what I'm saying? Niggas always talk about, man, we gonna be doing this, we ancient ones and shit. Saying this shit, nigga, I am one and I'm walking this shit every motherfucking day. Nigga, I am. And I'm literally living that shit. I don't just talk this shit. But what I'm saying is you can't just talk this shit either. What was the fucking point of just talking it, knowing it, hearing Bobby say this shit? Yeah, nigga getting charged up. Or nigga hearing me say it getting charged up. What I'm saying is that I make a lot of these videos, I make these shits for myself with little mental notes. So I come back on, like I told you, I'm making a documentary out of this shit. But more so as reminders for you, man, nigga, you gonna have to really act up on this shit, man. You may have to think this shit over. If you really, really serious about this shit. You see what I'm saying? But go about it your way. You ain't gotta. Now I do shit drastic. You know what I'm saying? The shit I got behind me is power personified. I ain't gonna fucking lie to you. I'm on some universe beach type shit. Like, nigga, I know I'm not from here. And I'm comfortable with that. You see what I'm saying? I know I'm running the simulator. I know that shit. I know I'm dreaming. I know this. So I have fun with this shit. You see what I'm saying? I know I can't die. I know I'm information personified. Nigga, I can replicate within mind to mind, brain to brain at every moment in the now moment. Nigga, I'm fractals and shit. I'm all this shit. So I'm not tripping. But I'm more than that. But what I'm saying is you can choose to express it in any way, shape, or form that you choose to do it, but you're gonna have to fucking do it. Or you're gonna fucking suffer. But showcasing yourself, showing your true self is a form of suffering too, and it's a good suffering. You see what I'm saying? But like I said, I cut all ties of what motherfuckers thought of me. I stopped caring. I stopped giving a fuck. I stopped really holding on to what other people, you know what I'm saying, the box they had me put in. I'm not in nobody's box. Nigga, I go by the beat of my own drum. Da-dun-da-dun, nigga. Scar the drummer, Mono Yu Shusha. You see what I'm saying? Shit like that, where I'm living my fucking best life. I know I'm walking my hero's journey. I know the cross I'm carrying. And I'm willing to put my neck on the line, so to speak, to express that, to be that. You know, and be able to handle whatever consequences come from making that choice. You see what I'm saying? Knowing that how I'm looked at. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out here, nigga, just, and I'm totally fucking free. Like, I've never been this free before in my life. Like, liberation, as far as not having no, not caring what somebody else thought is so, it's so refreshing. That's why I strip naked. Like, I was just like, oh man, I can just do this shit. I did it. I'm like, wow, that was the fucking shit. Like, I was so fucking happy and just had so much gratitude as far as everybody who participated in it, everybody who seen it. Nigga, shit was going viral. You know what I mean? That shit went all over the internet. Shit, I'm like, man, in the moment where there's so much fucking energy down here right now that's dismantling, on the surface, it appears, we'll see how far this goes, that it appears that it's dismantling a lot of this whole racist white supremacy shit that's going on. I'm seeing a lot of this shit. I'm like, okay. But it's a flip side of that energy on some metaphysical type of shit. Cause nigga, it's niggas like me and other motherfuckers been dismantling all kind of shit in the astral for years. All kind of shit. I mean, some niggas call it wars. I call it me playing my fucking video game. And you have an antagonist, you have a protagonist in the video game. You have a villain, hero, and you go about that shit. And that's, like I said, your hero's journey. So what I'm understanding is I'm seeing a winding down of my own personal hero's journey. Where this game is about, I'm almost at the end game. Where I already completed the end game. I already succeeded and got to my goal. But more so on my personal linear perspective life, where I'm realizing now I'm almost at my goal, and me being able to fully ingratiate and self-actualize myself as the Black Christ, as the 33, as, you know what I'm saying? Like I was talking about before, when you vibrate, when you're doing neuroplasticity and you working with frequencies for years, every day, consistently for years, 33 hertz, 963 hertz, 432 hertz, and 7.83 hertz, the Schumann resonance, every day for years. Me specifically for 5 years. It absolutely, what the fuck you think gonna happen? A prolonged brain synchronization, a prolonged brain entrainment every day, like all day. The music that you listen to is tuned to these frequencies, like all day. Or you got them playing. If I don't have headphones, I have my phone vibrating still at these frequencies, like all the time. It changes you. It opens you up. It's gonna enhance everything, all the natural, what you want to call it, blessing, all the natural abilities that you have at default. It's gonna just enhance them motherfuckers to beyond any form of limitation. You see what I'm saying? Focusing these energies or these frequencies to a specific ability, metapotence, to a specific magical working, narrative magic, meme magic. You see what I'm saying? Taking these frequencies and using them to you know what I'm saying, go through the heart, go through the chakra system. You know what I'm saying? And the most important one for me specifically is the heart chakra. Hence the reason why you see pictures of me pointing up. And me being able to fully express myself from the heart. That's why I'm talking to you niggas now. That's why you can kind of tell the different tone that I've been speaking on the last couple days. And I appreciate everybody's support. And in the comment section, people leaving their own testimonies of what they went through and providing me, like I said before, a different perspective, a different, you know what I'm saying, a different way of looking at things that I can appreciate somebody else giving me a jewel for me to, you know what I'm saying, add to my own. You know what I'm saying? We go through, it's like a little, it's almost like therapy to me to talk to you motherfuckers to get, cause y'all get it. Cause my family, well, other than my two brothers, which is rare, which I'm gonna talk about later, my bloodline, whatever, this shit is on some other shit. But as far as not having nobody else really to talk to about this shit, you see what I'm saying? And I'm sure that you may feel like you may not have other people to talk to you because you're different. We're different. You can't necessarily talk to your mom or dad because they may be set in their ways, or they just, you know what I'm saying, not really into any knowledge or consciousness. They just living day by day, minute to minute. And that can become problematic if you don't have an ear to bounce off these crazy ass shit, these ideas that I'm talking about, like paranormal, supernatural shit that we are. Trying to explain that shit to somebody else who's been looking at your crusty ass, as you that nigga that barely able to wipe your ass type of nigga. Like, what the fuck is you tell me you from goddamn serious beat or some shit, nigga. You don't even know your time stables, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. But knowing that, you know what I'm saying, when you're around your family and shit like that, you almost gotta dumb yourself. You gotta dumb yourself down. You gotta lower your vibration, so to speak. You know what I mean? Think about what you're saying, your vibration. You gotta change your frequency. So nigga, that's what shapeshifters is. I'm able to change my frequency to fit any environment, to be conducive to any environment and those in it. But I don't even know what the fuck the point of all of you making in this video. But nigga, the point is, what I want to say is that when change happens, you are the change. You gotta be in the center point of it. You gotta be at the hatted point, the 0 point of it, the middle. And when it happens, it has an effect on those around you. My suggestion, my recommendation, you hear me talk about it before, is to be as practical about applying this change within yourself as possible. Like me, I still work every day. I still keep it normal with you every day. I still do have my normal routine, the things I do every day. I'm not out here, other when I strip naked, other than when I'm doing a ritual and I'm really, when I gotta do something with this energy I'm working with. I gotta do something with it. I gotta do a ritual with it. It's powerful. It's gonna change. I gotta do it. Other than that, I keep it practical. Go home, you know what I'm saying? Might spend some time with my kids. We'll miss like a motherfucker. Spend some time with my mom, my brothers and shit. Talk shit, laugh, joke. You know what I'm saying? Gotta start cracking on each other. All the while, what I'm doing is, and for me, is I'm accomplishing all my normal mundane goals, or my duties that I'm required to do here in the flesh, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Talking to people just on some regular shit, the mundane shit. All the while, the deeper, the spirit that's in me is the silent observer is in me. Just, you know what I'm saying, playing the background right now. Like, it's not our time to show up yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let Shannon be Shannon. But when it's time for Rogue to come in, all the legion that he got behind him, that's when we take over. But right now, Shannon being Shannon. You know what I mean? Some shit like that. You gotta understand something that, I don't know about you, but I got a lot of motherfuckers. I'm not just me. I'm not just one person. I'm a part of a collective. You hear me talk about it before as a singularity. But I know I got access to everything. What I mean by that is, you heard me talk about it before, but you saw it expressed in the lecture, No More Secrets, from Dr. Persinger, where he's talking about having access to every fucking brain wave that ever existed on the planet, past, present, and future, all here, right now. There's ways you can do that. Hence the reason why I've been working with those frequencies for so long. When you're able to work with those frequencies, things become quite apparent on what you're able to do, or what energy or information that you have access to at your fingertips, and with a mere thought, of a mere plugging in your frequency attuned to something that's happening naturally anyway, with the geomagnetic grid of the planet, and you just plug in and you just sit still, and you just get downloads from everybody that's ever existed. I mean, because it's all here. It's all brainwaves take place within a cavity of the geomagnetic grid of the planet. It's bounced up and down. You got to plug in. And the only way you're going to plug in, your brain got to be malleable to a point to plug in. You got to be on some neuroplasticity shit. Your brain got to be totally conducive to be able to tackle this frequency, these energies. I've done it. And I highly suggest, if you're trying to do some shit like that, you're going to have to really study neuroscience, brain entrainment, brain synchronization, and neuroplasticity. You see what I'm saying? This is some shit I didn't do overnight. Now, the goal was, when I was embodying these frequencies, the whole thing was to become these frequencies. I didn't even know that I was going to be able to have access to some shit like this. You see what I'm saying? That came later. That's almost like by default. You see what I'm saying? Shit I just end up discovering, reading. I'm like, whoa, this led me down here, this led me here. And then I'm like, whoa, shit. Brain waves? I'm like, fuck, how do I do that? I'm like, well, shit, let me experiment with it. Let me just pick one person. We do experiments at night where everybody sleep. Let me do experiments at night where the geomagnetic grid of the planet is weakest. Let me find out what dates they weakest at. Let me find out what latitude, longitude lines on the planet where they weakest. Let me make some shit happen. Let me do some experimentation. And you go about that, trial and error, thinking like a scientist, right? Applying the scientific method of going about that shit, you know what I'm saying? Getting data and having a goal or whatever, and you test your shit and see what happens. And things happen. And it's more easy than you think. It's not strenuous. It's not make this up. Nope. This shit effortless. But why wouldn't it be if you was born God? You was born God. I was born God. Imagine being able to prove upon being God, being all that is. Hence, going from a God to a Titan. You see what I'm saying? Alchemy. Alchemical transformation is what I'm talking about. So, I'm about to go back up in this bitch. Get my day started and shit. But, yeah, man, I had to really pop at y'all for a minute, man. I'm like, man, I feel inspired. When I feel inspired and shit, I just gotta let it flow. I gotta let it come out the way it come out. So you've been seeing me make a lot of videos last couple of days, me talking about a lot of different shit. So I hope y'all appreciate the shit, but I know y'all do. I appreciate all y'all support. But just know that, you know what I'm saying, when I feel inspired to do some shit, I let it come out. I don't give a fuck if it's 10 goddamn videos a day, or if it's gonna be one video for the next 5 years. I don't know. I just gotta let this energy flow. I gotta let my spirit shine. You know what I mean? And I'm also gotta be here to remind niggas that don't stop. You can't stop with this shit. Once you unlock the reservoir of energy that's like endless, that's it. It's endless. There's no stopping this shit. It's only working with this energy, this information, conserving it, and being able to work it, and being able to use it. You have to use it. It's like money. You got all this fucking money. You got to spend that shit, or you wasting it. What the fuck you got all this money for? You feel me? Just be careful. Just be mindful of your environment and be mindful of how, you know what I'm saying, choose how you want to use this shit. You know what I mean? But understand something, you're going to have to use this shit. You know what I mean? I'm going to stop at y'all. I'm going to pop at y'all niggas tomorrow.